All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today for the Overton's 200 at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway as we are live for the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. Ran a little bit of practice, ran some qualifying before today's race, qualified 26th, but we'll see how this race is going to unfold. Just 8 races now until the playoffs for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Still 11 different winners on the season, so just one spot open for points. We'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, throughout the course of the regular season as we get to the finale, and as well here today. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We do these full race live streams and realistic broadcasts every day, as well as other related NASCAR content. Check out the Talladega full race, full race highlights from the grandstands that I uploaded for both the Xfinity and the Cup Series today. As mentioned, I told you guys I was going to get it uploaded. More in-depth vlogs coming up this year. With the rain on Saturday, it kind of took away from what we were going to do after the race with the haulers and stuff. And then because of the traffic getting in, we couldn't actually get in through the gates until about, I think, like 45 minutes before the race started. We actually got underneath the racetrack and stuff, so it was pretty crowded, pretty packed there. But definitely when I go to Dover in a couple weeks, that will be better as well. But thanks for everybody tuning in, and we'll see what we can do here today. Austin Cindric will be starting on the pole. Ross Chastain will be starting second. Looks like Riley Herbst isn't going to be too fast in today's race. Joe Gregson was able to get his second win of the season last night at Kentucky. We'll see who we go to victory lane here today. Green flag in the air. We're underway. New Hampshire 200 laps, 200 miles around the Magic Mile for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. 45 laps in Stage 1, 45 in Stage 2, 110 in the final stage of the race. Snyder quickly got out of the gas, getting up to speed into turn 1 so he could hop to the bottom behind Fincham, but then the 90 of Baccarella gets under him off of turn 2 instead. Austin Hill going to look to the high side. Schneider trying to protect the bottom around this flat 1 mile racetrack.
Got one peeking outside. Caught outside.
Blicky rolling around the outside, so does CJ McLaughlin in the 93. Cindric leads lap 1. Brandon Jones to the lead, though, off turn 2 now. 82 on the engine, 81 on the aero, and an 80 on the suspension for today's race at New Hampshire. First of 2 races of another doubleheader here on NASCAR Heat 5 today, but today's doubleheader is going to be a little different. The NASCAR Heat 5 Championship mode will be coming up for the second race.
Got one outside now. Clear high, bud. Still there inside. All right, you're clear.
That race will be at the Kentucky Speedway.
Scheduled championship mode tonight. Got one peeking outside.
Doing a lot of blocking down the back straightaway. Same amount of laps in last night's race at Kentucky. We saw 5 cautions total.
Inside. You got room. You're clear there.
3 of them in the final stage, but we went 88 laps on green to the finish. Center blew a left front tire while running in 11th. Closing laps, only dropped back to 15. He needs a top 15 either today at New Hampshire or tomorrow at Iowa for himself to get the incentive bonus for this contract.
Looking inside now.
With not having a short track chassis, this is going to be his best opportunity. This track races like a short track. Listed as an intermediate in the game, so using the Speedway chassis is
hold your line, got one inside.
Beating it up between the DNF and Pocono. He did get a rough, gutted out kind of 6th place finish at Indianapolis, luckily. Only to obviously have that damage at the end of the Kentucky race yesterday with blowing the left front as well. But Brandon Jones looking very good early. Schneider washes up the track a little tight getting into turn 3. Contact with Colby Howard. Continuing to go backwards as he continues to get past one of these drivers at the back of the pack.
Still there? Inside.
really going the race, at least for Schneider. Doesn't mean it's really fast, though, as Mike Harmon's trying to get around him for position.
Still there inside. Got one peeking inside.
Harmon completes the pass off turn 4. Schneider slid the tires a little bit too much at quarter entry. Really wide out in turns 1 and 2 now. Already half a track behind race leader Brandon Jones, and it's only lap number 9 at the line for Jones. Still not a tough stretch of the season, though, where they're just trying to gut out as good finishes as they can. The 6th place finish at Indy is the only top 10 for Schneider in the last 6 races. Next best finish was at Kentucky last night, where he finished 15th. He's 15th in points coming into this race, trying to stay inside the top 20. Harrison Burton has just jumped to the lead now off of turn 2, passing his JGR teammate Brandon Jones. Burton's got 5 wins this year, was leading a lot yesterday at Kentucky before blowing an engine in stage 1 and finishing last. Fell down to 3rd in the regular season standings coming into today's race. Chase Briscoe currently leads the points. And now we have a caution. For the first time today at just lap number 11, trouble in turn 2 for Riley Hurst in the 18 as he hits the wall hard. I don't know what's going on up there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he was zigzagging back and forth on 2 wheels. This game sometimes. The caution's out for the first time at lap 10. You see some guys stay out of the pits, I'm sure of it. A lot of the field. Mike Harmon's the only driver coming into the pits during the caution. And Hurst is knocked out of the race as well, so that'll be another spot for Schneider.
Coming to the green, driver. Are you ready now? Hammer down. Green
flag back in the air. See what Mike Harmon can do on those fresh tires on the restart. Almost a lane violation for Josh Williams in the 92. Schneider's going to get out of the gas, cut in line down to the bottom now in front of Harmon. Didn't want to get stuck on the outside again. He's digging hard all the way on the apron through turns 1 and 2, trying to make the pass on Williams.
Still there.
He did score stage points in stage 1 at Kentucky last night. That's the only race in the last 6 as well, and he's even scored stage points.
You got room. You're clear. Still there inside.
Watch Harmon after passing Landon Castle as well off turn 2. Getting into the corners where he seems to be doing the best right now, gaining the most time. He can get back to the gas whenever he wants, but he just can't get the straightaway speed with that 82 engine. The department's maxed out at 85 on the aero engine, so it's as high as we can go. It's at 82. He's using this chassis in each of the last 3 races prior to this one. Wrecking it a couple times.
Still there.
One for a DNF.
Bottom's clear. Car there on the inside.
The only DNF this season was at Pocono on the last lap.
Inside.
Didn't roll left rear. Definitely has to do a better job of managing the tires compared to what he has done in recent races. He doesn't have to risk blowing the tire.
Still there.
Actually working the outside fairly well right now. Gets around Austin Hill. Pulled to the bottom now to try and get around the 90 of Cesar Baccarella. There's him off turn 4. 31st.
You're clear there.
Williams going to follow Schneider. He gets to the inside of Baccarella now off turn 4.
inside. You're all clear on the bottom.
And really trying to enter a lot higher into these corners if he can. It's a lot harder when you have somebody tucked in line underneath him. And really just dive it off the exit. That was his fastest lap of the race that last time.
Still there.
So it does really help. There's somebody underneath him that keeps those guys from being able to get a drive off the exit of the corner as well.
You're clear all around there.
Matt Mills protecting the bottom. Schneider trying to go down his side draft, and that pulled him back just enough off that right rear corner banner.
Inside. That was a better lap. Stay high up there.
Passing 1 and 2 on Chad Fincher.
Careful, still there.
Seems to be a little bit better towards 1 and 2 than 3 and 4 as well, just on overall speed.
Wow, that's bad.
Carmen on those fresh tires, finally going to get around Jeff Green for position. Moving him up to the 26th racetrack. Schneider just got into the back of Green, getting into turn 1. He tried to lock the brakes up to keep from hitting Green. Still got him in the back of him. The run Schneider's got off turn 2. He gets to the outside apartment even. Despite having a bad corner entry after making contact with Jeff
Got one
Green.
peeking inside.
His car's on the loose side, but loose is fast if he can hang on to it.
Inside.
Schneider's doing a good job hanging on to it right now. Have to follow Harmon down to the bottom, though, to try and get around Joe Nemechek now.
Stay on the bottom here.
All the way to the inside goes Schneider. He's underneath Harmon as well.
Still there.
Falling line behind Mike down the back straightaway.
Stay high, stay high. Got a car coming inside now.
Middle upper group seems to be a little bit faster for the 99 right now as well. Seems like the car pushes maybe a little too tight in the center of the corner, especially when running the bottom.
Stay high up here.
Luce is not only fast if he can hang on to it, but how are those rear tires holding up, you have to imagine.
You're clear there.
And right now, it's looking all right.
Car there on the inside. All right, clear low.
Passing on Colby Howard, he's working on Jeffrey Earnhardt, trying to pull him back.
All clear. Car there on the inside.
Joey Logano fan, welcome to the stream.
Stay high, stay high. You're all clear on the bottom there.
He's trying to work himself to the top 20. At least looking for a top 15 today. Crossover, Joe Graff Jr. He's going to get around him on the inside.
You're clear. Inside. All right, you're clear.
Joe Graff is going to try a crossover, but Schneider did a great job diving in the corner off again and pulling him back. 19 laps to go. Stage 1, Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race that last time. He is definitely getting quicker as this car continues to free up. Ethan, welcome to the stream.
Stay high up here.
I think the Coke Zero 400 is going to be ran at 100% capacity. That's an interesting question. I don't think it's impossible.
You got room, you're clear there.
There's a gathering restriction. I did not know that. Yeah, I didn't know. I know Texas was the only state, or at least the first state, to have everything opened up. It's possible. It's the only race in Florida the rest of the season. think it's definitely possible. I feel like if it was the Daytona 500, it definitely would be. They still get a lot of tickets for the Coke 0400, but not as many. The 500 is a guarantee sellout. A year sellout, it seems like normal years for the Coke 600.
Still there?
But also, there's more people in the state of Florida in general in February than what there is July and August when the race is taking place. End of August. For 20th that last lap, driving away from him slowly. 18 seconds off the lead. He's not worried about that right now. He just needs to stay on the lead lap and just hope Harrison Burton can get a decent way into the lap traffic. It's not to him. In the ideal situation. Well, it might have no restrictions now, but I know for a fact it didn't have any restrictions at the beginning of the NASCAR season, at least, because the 500 was only allowed, what, 50% capacity? Maybe it was even less than that. I'm not entirely sure what the capacity was in that race, and I know, like, Homestead, Daytona Road Course the week after didn't have anywhere near full capacity, so I don't think it was wide open at that point. They just moved Homestead, the Daytona Road Course up a little bit because California couldn't host fans. The Auto Club Speedway. On Josh Bilicki, Brandon Brown also for positions. That right rear is wearing out quite a bit though. I don't think he's worried about it right now, nor is this team really going to make any adjustments for the next stage. Beautiful slide job to get around Brandon Brown that time. That run off turn 2. The 299 cars are now side by side. Into turn 3 with Bilicki on the bottom lane, Schneider on the top, slides it and drives it deep off into turn 4. Austin Cindric did not have a great day. Finished outside the top 10 yesterday at Kentucky. Still moved to second at points though with the problems to Harrison Burton, and now here today, Cindric is having a rough go. Or sorry, no, it was Indianapolis that finished outside the top 10. He did finish 4th at Kentucky. Running outside the top 10 again here, currently 17th. This is after qualifying on the pole too. And it just seems like the guys that have started on the front row lot this year can't seem to keep that pace up. Keep the speed in the car for the long runs during the course of the race. Schneider's definitely gaining on Cindric. A big run off turn 2 also. Here's marked beautifully through that corner. Try to cross him over, and he's going to get to the inside of Cindric off turn 4 for 17. Ahead of him at the start-finish line, and he's going to have that advantage and clear Cindric easily into 1 and 2. Cindric was going to try the crossover, but couldn't pick the throttle back up as soon as Schneider. 6 laps to go now in stage 1 for Harrison Burton to try and get his 5th stage win of the season. In fact, he's already got 5 race wins. Looking for 6. Riley Herbst, only driver out of the race. The right front tire compacted the outside wall off turn 4 very early. Flat racetrack like this can cause a lot more damage. You have less availability to try and save the race car as well.
To go, you got this.
Closing in to get inside the top 15 here by the end of stage 1. Still 3 more laps at the line once Harrison Burton gets there, as he's just getting off turn 4 now. Kind of a great run off turn 2 to the outside of Ryan Sieg for 16. That's Justin Haley out of 14 as well. It is Haley. He's going maybe a little wider than what he wanted getting into turn 3. Still stays on the outside of Sieg. Gets a decent drive off. Now he's on the outside of a net. Trying to side draft him down the front straightaway. Caution, and that's going to end stage 1. Harrison Burton has won the opening stage of the race. His 5th stage win of the season. Hemrick 2nd. Followed by Allgaier, Briscoe, Jones, the top 5. And then Gregson, Lobay, Clements, Little, and David Starr. David Starr round out the top 10. Caution looks like it was for Chad Fincham in the number 13 car off turn 2. Break for him. Free pass is going to go to Ray Black Jr. in 23rd during the caution. Pit stops. And the second caution of the race coming up right now as well. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel, and no adjustments for the 99 team. Mike Harmon going to take the wave around in 26th to get back on the lead lap as well. He pitted during the one caution back.
We're going green. Be ready.
There we go, green flag back in the air.
Got one up top.
Harrison Burton won the race off pit road after winning stage 1. Let's see what he can do.
Car outside.
Wheel hop there by Colby Howard trying to get into the corner. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream.
Car there on the outside.
How hot is it in my bedroom? I don't know. Not as hot as what it was a couple days ago. It's a little cooler today. It's been raining all day. I think the next 2 days it's really supposed to be about 55. Contact with Joe Nemechek down the front stretch, and once Schneider made the contact with him, he couldn't get off.
Got one inside.
Try to mind his own business on the outside groove. These guys are lap cars that are trying to make the pass.
Inside. Got a car low now.
Pretty wide for turns 3 and 4. Mills down to the bottom, so and like Junior's on the lead lap, he's also kind of stuck behind Schneider yet. He got the free pass.
Inside.
Stage break.
Outside. You're all clear on top there. Inside.
There's Fincham. He's still out on the racetrack. He's got to bring out that caution. Into stage 2.
Got one down low now.
Yeah, that I know I have a thermostat. We have central air in the house too. We haven't turned it on yet this year. There was a couple days we could have turned it on.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Like 2 days ago, it was pretty hot here. 84 degrees outside on the levee and the central air. I get not wanting to turn it on for 1 day because it's going to dry. It's still pretty hot.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Burton still out in front.
Got one peeking inside.
Be the guy to beat not only for the championship, but perhaps in New Hampshire as well.
You got room. You're clear. Clear low there. Inside. All right, you're clear there. Hold your line, stay high, inside. That was a great lap.
Fastest lap of the race for Schneider that time, 30.867.
Still there.
3 wide though for turns 1 and 2 as he's all the way in that upper groove on the outside. Still on the outside of Vaccarello. Williams gets by both the 99 and the 90.
Still there, inside. Inside. Still there.
Did a great job pinching Vaccarello down that time, making sure
You're clear.
he wasn't going to get a run to stay on one side. Off of turn 2.
Hold your line, got one inside.
You gotta think knowing he could drive the car this loose all day long is simply because of how he was able to run with a loose car in practice. Having that practice time definitely helped.
Still there.
Then he's determined to try and stay on the lead lap.
Still there.
Still only just over a quarter of the way through this race. Goal, just like he did in stage 1, stay on the lead lap by the end of stage 2.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
Quicker he can get around these lap cars and more cars that are going to be in between him and the race leader Harrison Burton. Burton's still quite a ways on the racetrack behind him. I know he's got a fast car. Really had a fast car for most of the season. This is only race number 19. He's going for his 6th win. That's almost a third of the races this season that he has won up to this point. That's assuming he can get a victory lane today. Keep that car clean, he'll have a shot. That was the unfortunate break he had at Kentucky.
Still there, inside. You got room, you're clear there.
Didn't run too hot at Mid-Ohio. We do have a couple of road courses coming up on the schedule. Not only before the playoffs, but in the next few races when we go to Watkins Glen and then Road America. And we did have a top 10 at Mid-Ohio, finished 6th. I have to think. Might have a pretty decent shot at having a great run at both Watkins Glen and Road America. He does have to use the same chassis. Watkins Glen, he should have a better performance, I would think, than Road America, just simply because they turn around and use the same chassis the next race. So knowing they're not going to have a short track chassis when they go to Iowa, it looks like they're going to use the Super Speedway chassis. the short track, and then hopefully try to get that built back up again before Daytona towards the end of the regular season. Maybe the third and final super speedway race for this Xfinity Series schedule. Rain tires in New Hampshire. No, not going to the Indy 500 this year. I'll be at Charlotte for the Coke 600 that day, actually. I'll be trying to watch the Indy 500 likely in the hotel room. Or on the golf course, wherever I'm at before the Cup race on Sunday, that Sunday. Johnson has no intentions, at least right now, of running Indy 500 both this year and next year.
Careful, still there.
Mills. He's working on him on the outside. Williams got around on the bottom. I thought Schneider's been the only one to really get this middle rubber groove working. Everybody else is pretty much trying to stay right along the bottom.
Still there.
Too far back in the pack, I feel like, for leaders to try to see that, notice it, take advantage, and try to use that line themselves. As far as the middle and the back of the pack goes, though, it's working for Schneider. Why he's in 23rd.
Careful, still there.
Chad pinching pretty easily. Got a little bit of a gap here before the next car he has to catch it. It would be another lap car of C.J. McLaughlin in the 93, it looks like.
Inside.
He's trying to run down Ray Black Jr. as well for 22nd. He's about 3 seconds behind Ray Black. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. It's possible for Jimmy to run the 2022 Indy 500, but he's open to the idea from what it sounds like right now, but we'll just have to wait and see. I feel like he wants to do it, it's just his brain keeping him out of it, knowing how dangerous the ovals are. That's, the whole reason he's not running the ovals in IndyCar this year or next year to begin with. Danger side of things, and the age he is now. Obviously, his performance in NASCAR declined heavily over the last couple of years. He's just not the same Jimmy Johnson. New to the open wheel side of things, at least in IndyCar. Definitely trying to take the smartest route. What it seems like. Schneider's definitely trying to get a roll on right now. He does not want to go a lap down to the end of stage 2. Still got a lot of laps to go. Well, not a lot, but considering how close Harrison Burton is. Definitely struggling, it looks like, with the lap traffic here the last couple of laps. Schneider quickly going to get around Mike Harmon on the inside lane. And Harmon took the wave around, and boy, he didn't get a quick caution. Quickly fell a lap down. He's going to go 2 laps down here before long. at least currently, about 3 lap cars between where Schneider's at,
Still there.
where race leader Harrison Burton is at. Burton's trying to avoid the outside to get around those guys, so he's trying to test that lane out. Actually juicing pretty well, too. You know, he's getting close to the back of the 99. You see Schneider get around the outside pretty easily. Hey, thinking, what if I try to go up there? Got a pretty decent sized lead. He's definitely had the best race car, at least early on today. We'll see if anybody can contend with him, perhaps. Schneider could always get the free pass position at the end of the stage. That would work, too.
Laps to go.
19 laps to go in stage 2 for Harrison Burton. Trying to wash maybe a little too high up the racetrack. Did that in 3 and 4 also. Gonna get around McLaughlin from 3 and 4 on the inside. Tim Hill's in 21st. He's almost 3 seconds ahead of Schneider. About 2.5 seconds ahead. Off turn 2 this time. Kind of backing out of the gas a little early, getting into turn 3. Wants to stay on the high side to get around Joe Nemechek. You better get around him quick because Harrison Burton's coming.
Still there.
Black Jr. right there as well. Schneider squeezes underneath Ray Black to move up to 22nd. Side by side the lap traffic now right in front of Harrison Burton. Race within the race. We got a race with all these lap cars trying to stay in the lead lap. 6.5 seconds to Josh Bilicki right now. And 20th from where Schneider's at on the racetrack. In 22nd with 16 to go in stage 2. Again, Harrison Burton is really closing in. Oh no!
You'll do better, car. You'll do better.
Didn't even realize the battery life was low on the... Unbelievable. How did that happen? Can't believe that. The only thing I can... No. I want to restart the race. We're already in stage 2. We're almost halfway done. I feel so stupid. I swear. I feel so dumb. Well, that's what I get. I do that so much. It's got to be like the 5th time I think we've done. Which, granted, on the channel, it's not a whole lot considering how many... races we've done. We've had the channel for just over a year now, but... You'd think I'd learned my lesson. Have the controller charged before you start the stream. And now he's got to get a top 15 just to get the incentive bonus in the next race at Iowa. What a tough stretch of races. It's 2 DNFs in 4 races. Unbelievable. Keegan Schneider voted cleanest driver in NASCAR Xfinity Series. Who? Drivers agree. Nobody is cleaner than Keegan Schneider. What? We did have a clean race. Looked like we blew a right front the way we were in the center of the corner when the battery died. Oh my gosh. I mean, that was a hard hit, but that's brutal. That's the last time that's ever happening. That's happened one too many times. Pause. Recommend getting a steering wheel. I have a steering wheel. It just doesn't work properly. That is the last time we're going to have that issue. Everybody's talking about how clean of a race we had. That's the same thing that happened when we DNF'd at Pocono. Pocono was brutal just because it was the last lap. We blew a tire. We couldn't do anything. I was trying to save throughout the run, and, I mean, we just couldn't save enough. We were 2 corners short. But this, I mean, it's just unacceptable. Again, this isn't the first time. First time this has happened on the career mode. But it's not the first time in general that it's happened on the channel. Well, I guess we'll give compliments to Hemrick and Gregson. Landon Castle. That was another good finish. No, it was not a good finish, Landon. Even Landon Castle beat us. Technically would have finished 35th because Riley Herbst DNF'd back at stage 1 before us. And yeah, you're right. That does not help us. Trying to stay inside the top 20. And I don't know if Harrison Burton won that race. I think Harrison Burton... Now, we still had a full another stage left. We weren't even at the end of stage 2 yet. But I feel like that there was a very good chance Harrison Burton was going to win. Chase Briscoe's still the points leader. And Daniel Hemrick wins. Harrison Burton finishes second. Well, how about that? So we'll say Hemrick would have won stage 2. Hemrick was in second place behind Burton, so he was having a good day. Jones was third. So, I mean, it didn't really randomize the order too much. It's reasonable that Daniel Hemrick won. That's Hemrick's 3rd win of the season. Talk about Harrison Burton turning it on. How about Daniel Hemrick turning it on? Take a look at the rest of the top 10 again. Burton 2nd, Brandon Jones 3rd, Alex LeBay 4th, Chase Briscoe 5th, Justin Allgaier 6th, Jesse Littleton, good run in 7th, Noah Gregson 8th, 9th was Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric rounds out the top 10. Now, where to have Herbst finishing? We technically would have beaten Herbst. Technically. Listed him 25th. Oh, man, 2 DNFs. And we were running a good, clean race. Just controller died. That's my fault. That's all my fault. I'm not going to restart it because that's my fault. I have to take the blame for not having my controller ready to go at the start of the race. That is all my fault. And that was a hard enough hit to take us out, too. We hit the wall pretty hard. We were in the center of the corner on a flat track like that. Oh, man. The points dropped us back one more. We're back to 16th. We are now 33 points behind Alfredo. We don't have to beat them, not yet at least. We still have 7 races before the playoffs, still 11 different winners. If we somehow stay at 12 or less different winners and we get into the playoffs because of that, we're going to be extremely lucky. We still got 2 road courses and Daytona left. So again, I still don't think, I think those races alone will get us to about at least 13, maybe 14 different winners. And we're going to have to outscore 1 or 2 guys with wins. And Alfredo's within reach. He's 32 points ahead. Let's say we get 14 different winners. We have to catch Jeremy Clements. And as of right now, we're 83 points behind Clements. Sorry, 77. I did my math wrong. We're 77 points behind Jeremy Clements. Over a race. Well over a race. Unless those 2 different winners are behind us in points, or, C, Haley, Herbst, one of those guys, then we'll be a little bit closer, but can't just bank on that, though. This is not good for us. We're definitely having to hope quite a bit this season. And so Harrison Burton would have 5 stage wins now. I'm going to give him his playoff point for winning the stage. We're going to give Gregson 2 for a DNF we had at Pocono. He won 2 stages there. And then I guess we'll give Hemrick the stage win for stage 2 there. So that was his first stage win of the season as well. It's only fair. That's the only points I'm doing myself, though. As far as regular season standings go, this is accurate. To the race shop. Going to be using our Super Speedway chassis when we go to Iowa. Know what you're thinking? Why? Iowa's a short track. Well, we don't have a short track chassis. We need $1,225,000, and we currently have $646,000. And we have one more race to get a top 15 to get a $23,000 incentive bonus. If we do finish top 15 at Iowa without a short track chassis, I just don't think that's going to happen. Don't see it happening. I want to see what Harrison Burton's stats are. Oh my gosh. 5 wins, 11 top 5s, 14 top 10s in 19 races. Average finish of 7.8. He's led 549 laps this year. And that's just insane. Chase Briscoe. Yeah, we'll look at Cindric too. Cindric's got 2 wins. He's got a 6.4 average finish. 17 top 10s and 19 starts. One of those that he didn't finish in the top 10 was Indianapolis a couple races ago. 10 top 5s. He doesn't have any poles. How many poles does Burton have? 0. Who's getting all the poles? Wait a minute. Cindric just qualified on the pole at New Hampshire. That's not accurate. I don't think it shows the pole for anybody. Yeah, these guys have poles. I know Nets qualified on the pole. Okay, so, well, the poles isn't accurate. Chase Briscoe's the points leader. He's got 16 top 10s. Same amount of top 5s as Cindric with 10. 1 win instead of 2. He's led 321 laps. 19 starts. So he's finishing in the top 10 all but 3. His average finish is 0.2 better than Cindric. Cindric's 6.4. Briscoe's 6.6, so Briscoe's just scoring more stage points. Cindric's led 342. Those guys all combined have led well over 1,000 laps. Brandon Jones has won the most stages this year. He's got 12 top 10s. 6 top 5s, 1 win. It's crazy. Crazy. Let's look at Mike Harmon. Harmon's last in points. What are his stats? He's actually led 7 laps this year. What? That must have been on a super speedway. That had to have been Daytona and Talladega. Good for him. Last in points, but he's led 7 laps. Cesar Paccarello 1 lap led. Is there anybody that hasn't led a lap? 9 laps led for Landon Castle. 12 laps led for Colby Howard. Joe Graff Jr. hasn't led any laps. Neither is Chad Fincham. Austin Hill hasn't. Matt Mills hasn't. Lachlan. None for Balicki. Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill's got 3 top 10s. What? Insane. Okay, so there is a handful of guys that haven't led laps. How many laps have we led? What's our stats? 81 laps led in 19 races. 1 win, 3 top 5s, 9 top 10s, 2 DNFs now. Average finish 17.2. Black Ace, welcome to Strand. It's worse than the Watkins Glen DNF. Yeah, that's all on me, though. This is all my fault. I own the blame 100%. I should have charged my controller. That's never going to happen again. I'm telling you right now, put my foot down. This is not going to happen again. You learn from your mistakes, and we need to learn from this one. We're 16th in points, 7 races to go before the playoffs. Next NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode episode will be tomorrow night at Iowa. I don't know if I'm going golfing or not. We might get 2 races in Iowa and Watkins Glen, perhaps. It's really going to depend. Let me check the weather for my area. It was rainy all day today, so I've been home all day. Tomorrow, I think it's just supposed to be cold and windy. $54 degrees now. It's supposed to be a high of 58 tomorrow, which isn't bad. I would golf, but there's a chance of rain late morning. I don't get off work till 4:30 anyway. And it's supposed to be super windy when I get off. I'll try to make an effort to go there. I'll try to make an effort to get to the course. It's supposed to be super windy on Friday, too. Jeez. Or Saturday, I mean. Even windier on Saturday. What the heck? 23-mile-an-hour winds. I have 68. Welcome to Northwest Ohio. I am telling you. Don't move here. Doubleheader. Yeah, we are doing another race on the channel today. But it will be championship mode for NASCAR Heat 5. Custom schedule season, that's coming up very, very shortly. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the controller issues. That was all my fault.